On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Adams the man in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Following the interception, Cousins. Throw left side, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. He's got room at the 30, and he goes down the number, getting us inside the 25. That was good for 24 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
The Vikings at 2-7 now on the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Cousins now. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Top 50, top 50.
They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Daniil Hunter providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's A.J. Cole now, and no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Taking it about the 36. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Play fake. Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, Cousins. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on fourth down. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
right?
He
said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make
now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running right through him. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Cousins to throw it. That is caught by Thielen. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Catch is made here by Earl Smith Jr. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
the touchdown. Richter to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by Waller out left side. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. On second down, Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Defensively, we always know he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to move back in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Sterling Hofrichter set to punt. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're starting to put some space here. In the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Jonathan Abram picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So this defense, they get their first interception of the game, and since they were in plus territory, didn't have too terribly far to go, but they take it all the way into the end zone.
And you intercepted in that close, you're automatically picking 6 points the other way, but what I like most about it was how the defense rallied, got up on their blocks, and didn't commit any penalties as well.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Back to it after the pick six. Cousin. Throw left side on target to Thielen. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. This is Smith with a grab. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run for it. Cook.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Cousins. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Listen to me.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first down throw for Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To Herb Smith Jr. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 16. A very solid gain of 27.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Cousins. The quick slant caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. 3rd and goal for Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Cousins will try and throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Cousins on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Cousins now.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Good route here.
1st down. Here's Cousins.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Cousins again.
He'll find Smith-Marset complete.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Vikings on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
That's complete to Smith-Marset. And he will have a Vikings first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
They're going for Jefferson downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They go play action here on first down. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to go down again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Give to Cook out of the gun.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
From the 36, Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Throwing, Cousins.
Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Again, it's Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
One.
To throw, Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped you.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
They'll begin on the ground with Jenkins. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Once again, it's Jenkins.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Ready, break. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he's